Hey everybody, Lady Contilius here, out in the wild. Ooh. So as you guys know, up north from where I am, northern Wisconsin, my family went to a cabin for many, many years, like longer than I've been alive. And it's my happy place. But I don't know how many more family times we'll have up there. I mean, I know we'll get them, but it just probably won't be the same. Now that my grandpa's not on this earth. He's always with us, the jokes and everything, but he's just not physically here, and I think things are going to change a little bit. So one of my favorite places to come if I weren't going up to the cabin is about 5 minutes from me. And actually, Sir and I got married half a mile that way in this park. It's really cool. It's literally a 5-minute car ride, drive, whatever. If I wasn't chronically in pain, I could walk here in 30 minutes probably. But yeah, so I just thought I'd come here and chat for a little bit, I guess. The hesitation of meeting people and doing these group activities again in this new world. I'm not going to say post-pandemic, but in this new world with what COVID has done and what we're waiting on the Delta variant to do versus our vaccinations and everything. He and I were speaking that now that we're both in the Midwest, we have a lot of Twitch friends, especially within the Glitchco community, that live, within a few hours of us. Wouldn't it be neat to do a meetup, a Glitchco, a Midwest Glitchco convention type thing? And I was telling him, as lovely as that sounds, something I'm struggling with since the pandemic is my mental health, my ability to interact in person, socially, with a group of people. In February, I started, or March rather, I started a new, therapy type thing. There's people walking by and it's awkward. I've never vlogged before in real life, I guess, but with a new therapist I started, and this is a therapist I have never met and connected with a therapist so genuinely. She truly meets me where I am. She doesn't tell me, oh, it's because of this that this is happening, or it's because of this that this is happening. Just forget about it type thing. She'll say, oh, wow, yeah. Validates me in my experience and says, yeah, this happened. There's nothing we can do to change that. How are we going to move on from here type thing. But anyways, we've talked a lot about the coronavirus and its effect on everybody, and how, she thinks and I think that we're going to have a huge mental health epidemic because of social distancing and whatnot. And that's not a problem. It's just there aren't enough people to help facilitate healing from this. But moving on, sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Dang it. So I'm trying to not apologize unnecessarily. But, moving on from that, rather, I was diagnosed with PTSD relating to caring for those with corona, having corona myself, legitimately being a frontline worker during the virus, not only have I seen people pass away before my eyes because of this, I've cared for people in their last moments of life. I've held their hands. I've had to be their the last person that they see. I've had to, working in a long-term care facility, I had to update their families via the phone, or watch their families only be able to see them through windows. So I was truly more than just their caregiver at that time. I was all they had. Even if those who didn't have corona, I was there for them, explaining why their families weren't visiting over and over again because of Alzheimer's, or just, sheer forgetfulness and old age. That took a toll on me. That took a big toll on me. I survived corona. I got it early on. I got it in May of 2020, and it took me out for 6 weeks from work, but I truly didn't feel myself. Probably for 6 weeks after, just the fatigue and the pain and the shortness of breath. And so, by this time last year, I was starting to kind of physically feel like myself again. Then Sir and I moved from the area that I was working in long-term care, and I got a job in a hospital where I was working on the heart floor. At that time, corona wasn't as big up where we were. They had kind of been through their first phase, because we have a lot of people who are chronically ill already or have just had heart surgery, immunocompromised. We took a lot of inpatient cancer patients. We were told we weren't going to have corona patients if we ever were to get a second wave. So right about the time Wisconsin started getting their second wave of patients is the time that the cold started hitting, and I noticed that I was having a hard time breathing because of the cold weather, and I had never had that before. Talking to doctors in the hospital, my primary care, they said, oh, your lungs probably just aren't as strong as they used to be. Here I am, 32, 33 years old, thought I'd kind of come out the worst of corona, and I was still having side effects from it while having to wear the big heavy N95 masks. Some people call them the respirators, whatever, the not the normal ones that we wear outside. And we got an influx of patients. It changed from, oh, you guys won't get patients on your floor, to you'll only get a couple patients on your floor. The patients who are maybe too sick to be on a general floor but not sick enough to be in the critical care unit, to half of your patients are going to be COVID patients. And that spiraled me again, watching people my age coming in with just simple pneumonia type thing from COVID, to quickly in my 12-hour shift changing to needing to be down in our critical care unit. Did I not find something? Did I not notice something? Was I not a good enough nurse? Is this just the virus? A lot of questions. Fast forward to December, when I was out with an endometriosis flare, questioning, am I good enough to be a nurse? I have yet to do, a full 6 months, 7 months stints as nurse at different jobs because of my health. Am I not strong enough? Are other people feeling these things, the pains, whatever, and am I just a baby? Am I not strong enough to handle it? A lot of questions coming about during that. We decided to have my surgery, and we had it as early as we could. I had it in late January, thinking this was going to help everything. This was going to potentially, my doctor did not give me those false hopes. My doctor told me, there's a 65% chance that this will help everything. But there's that 35% chance that I'm not going to be able to help your pain. Well, ever the optimist, I thought that it would, and it's only gotten worse, and I haven't been to work since December. Anyways, I have PTSD from Corona. I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm not comfortable enough yet to not wear a mask out. The things I have seen have changed me. They've changed me as a person. They've changed me as a healthcare provider. They've changed me as a nurse. And I question a lot. Like I said, in my health journey, physical and mental, am I going to be able to do what I love? I don't know. If I think of myself as a nurse, I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I don't know if there is a job out there that will allow me to do what I want to do. I don't feel I was properly told and prepared for the business side of nursing, I guess. I understand that there are insurances, there's legal things, there was charting. I get that part of it. But I have yet to find a position that allows me the time to care for patients in the way that they deserve to be treated and in the way that I want to treat them as a nurse. My last position, I still am employed at that place. I just need to be able to find a job that will take my restrictions within the company, has been the closest thing to that. And that's one of the reasons why Sir and I moved back to where we are, is because I wanted to work for that establishment. So I just have a lot of questions. So often what I do is that I will come out in the middle of the woods and just think. And sometimes I don't even think. And I just allow my thoughts to just drift away with the water. There's literally nothing better to me than sitting on the shore and listening to it lap over the rocks or crash into the shoreline. And I just try to sit there and be mindful that water doesn't let anything contain it. It tries not to. There's a rock over here that I'm watching, and it's trying really hard, but the water's just kind of going with the flow, literally. And it's not letting that rock stop it. It might have to change its path a little bit, but it's still going to get where it's going. And I'm still trying to grasp that. I like order. I like knowing my direction. I like knowing how things are going to turn out. And sometimes you just can't live like that. And in my mental health journey, whether it be with my therapist or I'm out in nature and nature's therapy, I'm just trying to figure out my place, where I belong, what I need to do to maintain happiness in life, in my career, in my relationships, but more so kind of just with myself. I'm happy in, my partnership with Sir. I love the support that I have from my family and my friends, whether it be in real life or the ones that I've met on Twitch that have truly become so close. I've become so close with. But it's been a long time since I've been happy with me. And I'm slowly trying to discover who I am outside of a nurse, Sir's wife, my dad's daughter, my grandma's granddaughter, as a niece, as I'm an aunt to 6. I've just kind of fallen back on just being like, that's who I am, but I have to be happy with who I am first. And I'm trying. And slowly but surely I will figure out that. I think I will hopefully be able to be okay with being a little bit more like the flowing water. Have a plan, go where I'm going, but if I come up against an obstacle or something, just kind of don't let it block me and figure out a new way, I guess. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me rant. I hope you got to know me a little bit more and kind of see what I'm going through, and maybe I'm not just the silly bald-headed lady on Twitch.